Have you ever really thought about what happens when you send a text message? The moment you hit send, you kick off this incredible, super high-speed journey. Today, we're going to follow that message, step by incredible step.
So how does a simple hi travel thousands of miles to a friend's phone? Almost instantly. It's not magic, right? It's a journey that involves billions of calculations, invisible energy, and one of the most complex networks humanity has ever built.
Just to give you a sense of the speed we're talking about, your message easily outpaces a jetliner. Before a plane could even leave the runway, your text has already started crossing continents.
Your message actually travels through the air all around us, riding on these invisible fields of energy called radio waves. Your phone is basically a tiny but really powerful radio station that fits right in your pocket.
But here's maybe the most surprising part of the whole trip. For really long distances, your message transforms into flashes of laser light, racing through glass cables that are laid across the ocean floor. It's a whole adventure of science and engineering, all for one little text. So where does this journey begin? Well, before your message can go anywhere, it has to be translated into a language that computers can understand. This is the very first and probably the most important transformation. Let's say you're sending a voice note. As you speak, your voice creates these little vibrations in the air. Your phone's microphone acts like a tiny, sensitive ear, and it turns those vibrations into an electrical signal. Then, a chip inside the phone measures that signal thousands of times per second, turning each measurement into a number. And just like that, your voice literally becomes a string of ones and zeros. Digital code.
Okay, so once your message is pure data, it's ready to leave your phone. But how does it get out? This is where the phone's antenna takes over, turning that digital code into a signal that can travel right through the air.
A really good way to think about it is that the radio wave is like an invisible train. Your message, all those ones and zeros, becomes a passenger, and it just rides that train from your phone out into the world. It's a super efficient way to travel without needing any tracks.
Now that invisible train doesn't just go straight to its destination. It needs to stop at stations along the way. And those stations are the cell towers you see everywhere. And they all work together like a perfectly coordinated team. Here's something you might not know. Your phone is always talking to several towers at once. The network is constantly checking which tower has the strongest signal, which one has the least traffic. As you move, say, in a car, it seamlessly hands your signal off from one tower to the next. The system is so smart, it can even predict which tower you'll need next and get it ready for the handoff. But before your message travels too far, it takes a really important security step: encryption. This process basically scrambles your message, turning it into a complex puzzle. It's a way to make sure that even if someone were to intercept the signal, all they'd get is a bunch of gibberish.
So you type a simple, clear message, "See you later." Right now, it's perfectly readable, but it's also kind of vulnerable just floating out there in the open.
Then, in an instant, encryption turns it into this, a meaningless jumble of characters. Only the recipient's phone has the special key to solve this puzzle and turn it back into "see you later." This little security handshake happens every single time, keeping your data safe. All right, so once the nearest cell tower receives your encrypted message, it connects to the global network. And this is where the journey takes an incredible turn, from the air to deep under the ocean, where your message is about to become pure light. Most of the internet, and that includes your text messages, travels through fiber optic cables. These are special glass cables, some of them thinner than a human hair, that stretch across continents and lie on the ocean floor. Your message becomes tiny pulses of laser light, flashing through these cables at nearly the speed of light itself.
Now we're on the final leg of the journey. The signal reaches the cell tower nearest to your friend. And if you're on a 5G network, something especially clever happens to deliver that message with incredible precision and speed. You see, older networks send signals out in all directions, kind of like a light bulb trying to light up a whole room. It works, but it wastes a lot of energy. 5G is different. It uses a technology called beamforming to identify exactly where the receiving phone is. Then it sends a concentrated beam of data directly to it, just like a flashlight. It's smarter, faster, and way more efficient. So, after that whole whirlwind journey, from sound to code, through the air as a wave, across oceans as light, and delivered by a focused beam, the message arrives. Let's just zoom out for a second and think about what this incredible system really means. The result? Every single day, over 20 billion text messages are sent, connecting billions of people. We're all part of this invisible, global system that allows ideas, knowledge, and simple hellos to travel the world instantly, all thanks to the clever application of science, math, and engineering.
And it all started with curiosity, with people asking, how can we communicate faster and further? That simple question led to all of this. It just shows that if you look closely at ordinary things, like sending a text, you can find something truly extraordinary. What hidden system will you get curious about next?